My retreat in 2006 was, I think, the first time I went on a retreat specifically using art and crafts. I was wanting to just relax and have an enjoyable time. However, I remember being in tears at the first session because I felt so useless and stupid and not being any good at art. So if anyone comes on a quiet day or retreat that I lead and is focused around art and stuff like that, well, don't worry. I know what it feels like to be fearful of getting it wrong and not really knowing what you're doing and thinking you're not artistic enough. Well, God got through my tears and I was able to be still in his presence. And I collected up some reddish brown leaves while walking on the labyrinth, as they reminded me of Moses and the burning bush, and I used them to create a picture that you can see there. Be still and know that I am God. Lord, help me to look on God and live, to seek his face and give him praise and worship and honour, hour by hour, day by day, year by year, till all my life has been lived in the wonder of his grace. Lord, help me to seek your face. And I continue to dwell on I am who I am as I walked around the labyrinth, collecting those leaves that were turning red, brownish red. I'm not a God in the box, confined by hymns and books, defined by doctrine and creed. I am all you need, but I'm more than you can imagine or hope for. I am your God who creates, heals, and will restore. I am he who calls you by name and loves you so much more than any human could claim. I am calls out of the burning bush. Take off your shoes, for you stand on holy ground. As I approach God through Jesus, he takes off the dirty shoes of sin, purifying me within, so I may stand before the throne of grace and to dare to gaze upon his face. Going on retreat can give you space to think about God and how you relate to him, how you think of him, what your image of God is. Our ideas can be challenged and shaped. Well, over many years of retreats, I have discovered God's presence, his healing and restoring me, and I've got better at being still. I kept a journal and a couple of years ago published my book, Are We There Yet?, in which I explain how God brought this healing and wholeness, forgiveness, and acceptance of myself. I recovered from depression thanks to medication, counselling, and giving space for God to work in me. Retreats are a great time to relax and rest. They're also an opportunity to allow God in to bring healing and wholeness in a way that isn't possible when we're busy dealing with day-to-day living. But God never gate crashes. He waits to be invited in, and sometimes it takes a long time for us to be brave enough to open the door. And retreats give that space. It's a secure place where we can held in prayer, where we can invite him in. A PDF of the poems and prayers that I wrote over the years and the artwork I did are available on my website, and my book gives the background story. And when a leading psychoanalyst reviewed it, this is what she said, and I'm reading from the back blurb. Elizabeth tells of her journey of spiritual growth from unbelief to firm assurance, with periods of doubt and uncertainty, in a beautiful way that many will recognise. Her story is told in a unique way using her journal entries over 30 years. Going deeper into God's presence, she receives healing for depression via a call to ordination, various stages of ministry, plus working through the bereavement of a divorce. As you enter Elizabeth's world, you will become totally absorbed. She has the courage and the sheer talent to make explicit what most people can only begin to speak of or imagine. It is both a unique personal insight into depression and the struggle for recovery, and has universality. It speaks to everyone who has experienced such a struggle, and to those who seek to help. It has been highly praised and recommended for patients and carers as exceptional bibliotherapy. So that back cover blurb was basically based on that psychoanalyst's review, and I was so pleased when she reviewed my book and had such a positive view of it, and that really gave me the courage to go ahead and publish. So this is my offering to you, to say what God has done for me, and I pray that he will do the same for you, to meet you where you are needing to meet him. Thank you for listening.